Well, well, well. What have we here? Oh! Oh, hang on, I forgot I turned up my microphone earlier. Sorry, it was probably too loud. Hopefully that's better. Wasn't that much, turns out, but... Hi! Hi, Dark. Hi, Kira. How are we doing? How dare Twitch be rude? I made a silly notification thing that pointed out that Inscryption sounds not entirely dissimilar to Inscryption. Quite dissimilar, but not very. That's the thing. Yes, is everybody ready for me to finish the game? Because we're right near the end of the game, and it's going to be real easy, and we're just going to waltz right to the end and then move on. It's going to be fine. Never got that either. Oh, why do I even bother these things? Wasn't too loud. I'm glad. How are we all? Are we well? Are we... Hopefully better than my character in the game. Like, if anyone's that bad, you shouldn't be here. You should be, at a hospital, probably. You got this. It'll be fine. Everything's going to make perfect sense, and we're going to finish the game, and no worries. It's all grand. Let me guess, the game has not turned itself on in OBS. So let me do that, and also give it sound would be nice. Okay, that's there. Now I can swap over to this scene so you can see the game. You never see the title screen because of the way it loads up. There is a title screen. It just says Inscryption with little pens either side. Cool. We're in the game. I need to turn it up in my ears. I got a new eye. It's fine. So I won't lose any other body parts at all. It's gonna be fine. I'm still really surprised it wasn't fingers. I need to clip that. I need to clip my reaction to that because I'm not really a reaction person, but I feel like my reaction to that was significant. Cool. Let us continue. So we got to what appears to be the last thing after just about scraping through the game trying to cheat with 8 bears, but we did it. We did it anyway. Screw you, game. Or screw you, mask person. Whomever they will be. 8 burr, yeah. Bloody 8 burr. So, oh right, okay. This is summary of what happened last time. With the enigmatic trapper and trader now bleeding into the snow, you persisted. Somebody mispointed out that the trapper and trader, they did in fact have the same mask, just upside down. Completely missed that. Such is my level of observation. Still worried about the card game more than anything else. You could see a light in the distance. The end is near. Yeah, I don't believe you. Oh yes, I know. Yeah. Don't trust this. No idea what will happen now, as he has the you were meant to lose, I'm actively cheating now, red eyes. Yeah, so if I back up into the room... Oh no, the eyes are gone. Well, it's an interesting development. By quitting out, can you cheese things? It's fine. I don't mind. Get rid of your cheaty eyes. So he did have red eyes last time when we finished off, but he's calmed down. Or they've calmed down. Yeah, so we still haven't done anything with the clock. I almost had an opportunity to set that up, but I didn't. We've done that. We got stuff from the safe. We got the knife from there. We made this angry. I don't know what that did. I think we just made it angry. Snuffed out that candle, and it collected some smoke. We broke the thing out of there, which gave us the knife. Skull has another tooth in it. I'll take it. Spinny globe doesn't do a thing. These are still firmly locked in place on the wall. And that's that. Hey, Ragdoll! You just needed a break to put some eye drops in. Fully understandable. It autosaves enough to know when you log out. Well, things changed. I can't remember what this is again. This is items? What items do I have? Yeah, let's do this. Oh, I can get some items, sure. Well, I feel like we might... The players did as well last time, it must be said. Sound effect stopped for a bit for some reason. I've already got one of these. I don't know, because one of these is going to crop up with my old Cresp situation. And I'm not going to want to get rid of those immediately, so I'll just fill this up with that, because I can't be bad, and you might as well grab that. Why not? Okie dokie. Let's find out what on earth this is. I reckon this is this cabin. I reckon we're approaching this building. That's my guess. I just know shenanigans. Or I think I know shenanigans. I might be wrong. If this is actually just a card game, I'm going to feel bad. I mean, it's a good card game, don't get me wrong. Your eyes affix themselves on the small cabin. Its warm light, a beacon in the oppressive darkness of the night. Surely this cabin marked the end of your travails. Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like this. Oh? Don't like this. Do not like those trees. Not nice. Disconcerted. This is not a battle. This is not a card battle. Well, I'm checking every side. What's that? What's going on there? Is that an arm? Is that a piece of armor? What's going on there? Oop. Hi. What was this? Something happened. Leave. Armor, help. I'm confused. Steps away from the strange cabin, you were presented with an opportunity. 11 o'clock. I don't offer my books to just any traveler. If you are able to pass my trials, you will be rewarded mightily. Hi! Fell onto the board already, it's been 10 minutes. I was outside! I miss. Wonder what that's for. And it's for the clock, I get it. Well, it says 11 o'clock, it doesn't really specify what's going on with the other hand. I mean, maybe it's just exactly 11 o'clock, I don't know. Hi miss, how you doing? The trial of the ring. If you have a ring, you pass automatically. I don't. Trial of the swift. The 3 drawn cards must include a card with the sprinter sigil. I have one of those. The trial of rarity. The 3 drawn cards must include a rare card. I have one of those. I can't leave. Is there any difference between the pliers and the knife as far as the card game is concerned? Beyond what body part you remove? I don't know. I assume you can only use the knife once in a game. You could use the pliers multiple times, but I guess there's a... Dark was saying that there was like a limit through the entire game that you can use the pliers. Pliers is 1, damage dagger is 5. Oh right, yeah, oh yeah. That's the amount of damage that you put on the scales, I guess. So a eyeball weighs 5 times as much as a tooth. I'm not going to test that hypothesis. Okay. I don't have a ring. Terrible to do that. I have the Long Elk and maybe one other card we got near the end that moves. I have the Long Elk and the Mole, which are rare. Oh no! I got little lizard friend as well. Yeah, Gek. We got a Gek. Okay, so rarity's probably the best, right? This is still luck, but okay. I guess I'm gonna go rare. Let the trial of rarity begin. Bullfrog, Reginald. Is that rare? No, tentacles aren't rare. That's not fair. Not a single rare card. Also, not a moving card. So either way, I was kind of screwed. Is the only one you can pass, to be fair? I don't know, let me... Oh, it's the only one I can pass. No, I've got some moving ones, right? Failure. We will repeat that once more. What? The Trial of Skins. The 3 drawn cards must include a pelt card. No. Well, at least we know why we would keep more pelt. The Trial of the Winged. The 3 drawn cards must include a card with the Airborne sigil. Not sure I've got any of those. Trial of the Finned. The 3 drawn cards must include a card with the Waterborne sigil. Not sure I got any of those either. Bees? I guess no, I don't have any bees. I just have the beehive. I definitely don't have any swimming ones. Do I have a pelt? I can't remember. I think I did get a bird, right? I did get a bird. You do have a pelt. I think I got some pelts from the Trapper minigame, but did they reset after the fight? I don't. I sold the ones I bought, but I might have gotten some from elsewhere. Either way, this is less likely than last time. Should have looked at my... Actually, I could go back on the screen. I did very briefly flash up my deck while I was on stream. Maybe I could go back in the stream and have a look. No, that's cheating. Well... Was there any airborne ones? I can't remember airborne ones. Cheating in this game? You never. Exactly. I spent too much time on this stuff. It's not going to work because I've got at most one card of any of these. I'm going to go flying because I think I might have 2 flying cards. I might be wrong. Probably none, to be honest. We'll find out. Well, we won't find out. We'll just get 3 cards. Let the trial of the winged begin. Stoat. This again. Long Elk. Where were you last time? You had a movement and you're a rare. Not a single card with the Airborne sigil. What a surprise. You right there, Stoat? Failure. We didn't find the other talking card as well. Well, I failed. So I didn't get whatever the success would be for the cave. There wasn't a cave on the map. Interesting. Long Elk is just the neck at the moment. Can I go back to the... Whoops, no. I didn't. I wanted to go the other way. But hi, how you doing? You didn't get any boons? Nope. This won't even be a challenge. Bye. What are you? You confuse me. Why is there just a suit of armor in here? How's everybody's weekend going, by the way? Thus far. No boons. It's a ring. Where do you get a ring? It's a weird colour. I guess that was just... Cautious of finding secrets. And then it was dark. Hi. Very chill. Oh! Hello! I like your beard. You took your time out there. And I'm itching for another game. Are you ready to play? Well, I can't leave. Guess I have to be. Hope you are adequately prepared. I don't think I am. Yep, it's one of those. Got smoke, 2 lives, perhaps 1 more to be safe. Hi! Stop with the cheating, please. Moon. Going for all the masks, so you probably have access to some of the abilities. As the thing's gonna go on. Green man! Very chill in a literal sense. You're huddled under blankets and getting a little sleepy. Oh, I'm glad you have blankets. Hello, Oobs. Who is it? I don't know. I just like his beard. Or their beard, I don't know. Faye? Maybe. Faby. What do we got? What are we up against? Mole Man, not a good start. Mantis God? Can attack in 3 directions, but can only take 1 hit. That's nice. Squirrel and Smoke. Ant Queen and an ant. That's not terrible. You will do 3 damage if I get you on the board. Nothing with bones. It's unfortunate. Not as good as Shrimp God, I know. And I like this. I like this too. Also, just realised all the little ants down here. Oh. So you'll do 3, you'll do 2 2s, but I can't get both of you on the board, so there's not much point. Smoke will give me bones, but that doesn't really do anything. Mole Man doesn't attack, so I guess I could just wait. I mean, I'm gonna get 3 damage if I just wait. And you only take 1 hit, which is annoying. I'm kind of seeing the advantage of having bones as your standard rather than sacrifices, because you have to sacrifice on your own terms, but you can just let the enemy kill something to get bones. My temptation is to get tentacles down there, which is going to move Mole Man. But then I'll be out of the way of the attack, which means I will take 3 damage. But I'll do 3 damage to Mole Man, so I can get him out of the way, and I won't get hit by the Mantis God. I guess that's my go, I suppose. I might as well use Smoke rather than the Squirrel, because then I get bones. Be there, get 3, keep the cards. Ding dong. 3 damage on Mole Man. Yep, you're doing pickaxe stuff now. Oh, 2 Mantis Gods. Oh no. I don't like that at all. This is a stream that you probably shouldn't only listen to, you see. I mean, maybe. It's entirely up to you. Liking the music. The music's interesting. It's fun. Sort of slightly weird. Good. You can get the workaround on. But then I will diminish the power of the tentacles, but I will also survive. I can get the workaround on, so what else can we get? Bullfrog. Bullfrog can do 1 damage and can take 2. Also blocks airborne things. Workaround will only do 1 damage until I can get the queen on. So they'll be equivalent, but the workaround has the possibility of powering up later, I guess. But whatever I put on will get hit by the Mantis God. Tentacles will die. tentacles was kind of a waste of time, really. I can't hit things in the back row until they've been played, right? Or until there's something in front of them. Not that it's going to make an awful lot of difference. Sure, let's just play it. I might have lost. Have I lost already? No, not yet. Soon. A fly I can do 3, which is going to take me back to normal, but then I'll take 5, no 6, and then I'll lose. So there's no point flying. No, I won't take 6. I'll just take. Yeah, no, it's a terrible idea. Maybe. Pretty bad idea. I thought about that. Oh, that's alright then. It's not ideal. There's the amalgam. How you doing? You alright? Pretty certain I'm screwed now. Because unless I kill you, you do 1 damage. If I kill you, do 1 damage. You come on, you do 3, dead. I can't put 2 things on the board because I can't sacrifice either of these. I don't believe. I can only put the bullfrog or the squirrel on the board. I have 1 more health left. Maybe the dagger would have been a good idea, who knows? All in all, this went poorly. But I didn't really expect it to not go poorly, to be honest. Oh well. Stale fish, hard chews. Sure, take a gold nugget. Go right ahead. There we go. Death. Whom? You made it so far. Hi, Hans. Back we go. Time for us to have our picture taken. Stay there. No need to move. I'm afraid you're not dead yet. Hold still. Where did I put that camera of mine? Is there anything else I can do? Sorry about the flashing lights. I guess I have to... Oh. Pathetic. Do you really think I would leave film in there? Do you have any idea what that camera is capable of? Give me that. Okay, find film. Good plan. We have a memento to create. Behold your death card. Shall we begin to ink it? Please choose a card to draw the cost from. Oh, neither of these are great. None of these are great. 4, I guess, from the long elk. 4 bones. Should I be worth 4 bones? I'll be worth 4 bones. The cost of 4 bones from the long elk. I was free last time. And another. This time I will use its power and health, the numbers. Ants and 2? Why are you giving me crap ones? 1 and 3, at least I'll survive. Unless I really spec into ants. What if no? What if we don't do this? We just stay here forever. There is a book here. Just gives us the information I need, I guess. Oh yeah, did we discover anything? I guess we found the 11, but... Oh, okay. That's just there so that we can sort out the symbols later. Sigils from the wolf would have been good. Would've. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm gonna go with 1 and 3, why not? 1 power and 3 health from the wolf cub. It's just sort of reminiscent of, what was the game? Sci-fi mech chess. Into the Breach, where you sort of get to keep a thing. Now choose a card from which we will extract the sigils. Bones, tail, or stinky bees? I guess stinky bees. Tentacle sigils? It's just bones. I don't think I extract the how many cards I have in my hand sigil, because that's not a sigil. That's damage. Yeah, I think in the next life I will be stinky bees. I'll be 4-boned stinky bees. Stinky bee infested Cresp. No, Cresp was last time. We're not Cresp this time. A sigil of bees within, and a sigil of stinky from the beehive. Yeah. I never did ask your name. This time, we're Crusp. One thing now remains. I must capture your visage. Get it? Say cheese. Cheese? It goes pixely sometimes, and I'm intrigued by that. So I think there's going to be something to do with the floppy disk sounds at the beginning. Why is that there already? So close, that last one. I doubt you will make it as far. Look, a gift from the angler. You see, he was defeated recently and wishes to redeem himself. It would be unfortunate if you were to fall to the prospector before he was given that chance. This hook is powerful. You may steal one of my cards with it. For that reason, you will not find any others along the path. Use it wisely. It seems the lowly stink bug has made its way in. But it is dealt, so it stands. Hey, stink bug. Still not sure what's going on with you. Stoat is also slightly different. Totally different. It's squarer now. I mean, zoning in and out of consciousness all day and just accepting what you're hearing, but there are times in need. Well, this game makes me say some things. Did Stoat eat a bee? I think Stoat ate a bar of soap. It's good. Well, I hope things can steady for you. Oops. This is not an amazing start, but we got Stinkbug and Stoat. We need to find the other one, wherever they are. First things first. It's 11 o'clock. Cuckoo. The ring. Does it fit? We have a ring. Oh, it's the hook. Oh, I see. Oh, it's different. Hello. Bloodhound and a squirrel. Okay. To get easier? I think Bloodhound's easier. I need to find one, but still. Stone Age TV. Maybe they ate the roll of film. Interesting. You're not complaining if anything keeps you on your toes. Well, that can have a positive effect. Don't forget my allowance. Good point. So everything else is still... Everything's persistent, right? So we got all the stuff from in here. This is gone. Don't have 2 knives. I don't really want to upset you again. Is this loose now? Is there anything on the page that talks about the hook? Maybe? No, that's new. This is not what I'm looking for. Hook one of my cards and take it as your own. You must have an empty space on your side to receive it. Do I keep it perpetually? That's what I'm interested in. Right. What's this? 2 of them. Find out, I guess. Actually, that's different as well. No, you may not use a specific beast. Random. Instead, you must decide on a tribe that you prefer. Boids? Deers? Or Volvies? Let's go Boids. The covetous magpie. It can fetch any card in your deck. Nice. And it flies 1/1. It's kind of cute. It's got a little thing. Nice. A randomly chosen bird card. Did you wish for something else? No, I got a magpie. Nice. What's this then? An ancient woman emerged from behind an oak tree. She carefully laid out intricate wood carvings, then gestured at them brusquely. The side, the tail, or flying? Stop looking at my... Stop staring at my hand. Hi, squirrel. Side? That one's kind of fun. Tail's actually pretty cool. The magpie's seen things, yeah, I know. Let's go with the tail. Tail's kind of fun. Ooh. The old woman bared her teeth in satisfaction. Your first totem was complete. The loose tail sigil will now be marked upon all your squirrel creatures. Ooh. That's kind of interesting. Okay, I'm glad I went with tail. Means 2 things to sacrifice. I've got to... Hang on, I need to double check how tails work. I always get this wrong. It moves out of the way and a tail thing goes in its place, but I don't know what the tail... What does the tail count as? When a card bearing the sigil would be struck, a tail is created in its place and a card bearing the sigil moves to the right. So I'm assuming the tail stays where it is. The idea of squirrels who lose their tails is disconcerting. Well, it was either that or flying squirrels. Flying squirrel's a thing, isn't it? Now I said it out loud. I realised the error of my ways also. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Whee! Not sure what's going on there. Wolf totem. Getting in the way? Squirrel! Salutations! Stoat hasn't said anything. Stinkbug has, Stoat hasn't. Stoat does look different, maybe it's just a different Stoat. It is blinking, so maybe not. Why do I have a knife? Okay, what's going on? You're going to jump in the way of things and you'll turn into a wolf cub. I guess it's advantageous for me to put this in front of the wolf cub, right? We can use this as a test bed to work out what on earth this tail thing does. So let's do that. Bing. Go in front. Out of the way. Okay, the tail does get attacked, but it has 2 health. A furry tail. Oh, lovely. They can't give me anything nice in this game without it being horrible. Can't speak mouthful of camera film. Putting my money on cold medicine fueled deduction skills. Like, honestly, that's probably the best way to do it. More squirrels. I have my own totem. This is pretty cool.
FFS game.
FFS game. FFS game. I want to put down wolf by sacrificing these two. It's a little excessive, but sure. Then I'm going to put another squirrel there. What is this? Creatures adjacent to this card gain 1 power from the alpha. Okay. What do? You do 1 attack and 2 hearts. That's not terrible. I could probably put stink bug down somewhere as well. Get a bit of damage in. Why not? Boom, boom, ding dong. Hooray. Don't need a squirrel, really. Hey, it's the magpie. Okay, how does this work? When a card bearing the sigil is played, you may search your deck for any card and take it into your hand. That's pretty cool. I guess I could play the magpie now. Oh, I only have one. I only have 1 card in my deck. That's fair. That is fully understandable. Shiny. But I could get the squirrel, put the bullfrog on. Probably a waste of time. Actually, not a waste of time, because Magpie's gonna die! I don't know how squirrel's gonna help with that. Oh no, we're gonna win. What am I talking about? Also, what happened there? Why did Magpie kill Thingy? Oh, because you're flying, you can fly over. Then why didn't I... How did you... I'm confused. What happened? I did 1 damage, and I don't remember taking any. So then these 2 would have done 4 and I would have won, but I didn't? Oh, did the alpha have jumping in the way, maybe? No, it only had the adjacent thing. It didn't have... Oh, no, it did have jumping in the way because of the totem. Ah, I'm an idiot. Yes, of course.
Why didn't I? How did you? What's happening?
I understand. I understand. The totem. I forgot about the totem. Alpha moved in front of your wolf and died. Yes. I forgot there was the extra totem in play. That's fair. Grab a squirrel. Thank you. Squirrel. Down. Let's try and get as many Tifis as possible. Hey, Stoke, do you want to go on the board? Okay. Looks sad. You just have to... It's a free attack. Look at all that. That many Tiefs. It's great. Insects, wolves, or Dargans. I'm tempted to go for insects because I did get a thing where I get bees when I get hit. Although I haven't got my card. Where's my card? That's not... I'm not in my deck. Where am I? I don't have any synergy really going on at the moment at all. Other than squirrels, of course. Wolf and hope for bloodhound? Would that be a wolf? I guess it's not a lizard or an insect. Or a bird. I suppose so. Can I leave? Can I get up at the table and have a look at the bloodhound? No? Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Hey, it's a wolf, what a surprise. I chose wolf, I got wolf. Let's have a look at that bloodhound. It does count as a wolf, apparently. Cool. Good call. Good call. Didn't pay off this time, but good call. Okay, another totem, I guess? The bones of an ancient woman creaked and groaned as she approached. With gently shaking hands, she placed her offerings before you. Ooh. Insect? With an insect with an unknown sigil. An unknown bottom half with finding a card sigil, or the deer sigil. I kind of won the insect one because of the bees. Or can I chop and choose? Don't know. I'm intrigued. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's go insect. Do I have to assemble my... Maybe I can assemble bits and pieces as we go along, but these are the ones that are in my inventory. What? What? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay, so it's just chopping it. I can only have one totem. I think the squirrels are just going to be better. Ooh, old woman collected her pieces and shuffled into the darkness. Yeah, okay. It gives you an opportunity to chop and change things. I think squirrels with tails is good. Bees with lizard tails? I imagine they're bee tails. What have we got coming up? These are long paths. We have totem fight, new cards, upgrade, health or attack, battle, or battle mine? I don't remember mine. Prospector gives me a thing, I guess. Moving an ability from one card to the next. I don't think my cards have any abilities now. Oh, I guess I got flocking, flying, stinky. Magpie, not really helpful. Bees don't have tails. There's a lot of things that stoats don't normally have film in their head. Okay, let's go this way. What new cards? I guess you kind of want to keep your count low. Hi, squirrel. Me again. How you doing? Because then that way you can do better at the trials if you keep your card count low. And you know exactly what's in it. Flying wolves. Flying wolves indeed. It's a bit of a bother, to be honest. Because I can't... Well, the frog can block them. Or block one of them for a turn. The squirrel... This is bad for my squirrel thing, because that's not going to do a blind bit of difference. Yeah, I don't like this. No, I'm not going to use a dagger yet. Okay, so if I put one down... Bullfrog can at least stop one from attacking. It won't do anything, but it'll stop one from attacking. So I will be net -1 instead of -3 or whatever. Sure. Sorry, Squidgel. That's all I can really do right now. Ding ding. 1 damage. Block that one, take damage, big take 2. Okay. More squirrel. You're also flying, you're an alpha. How much do you take? Okay, you only have 1 health, so that's good. Should take out the one on the left first. This fight is not good for my synergy. This spot? You sure? No, not at all. But you'll take out a coyote, so I can't really complain. I guess I could get an extra squirrel next time, and then I can put those down and get wolf down. Alpha's not too much of a problem, to be honest, because it only does 1 damage. Compared to the coyote. Yeah, not happy about that. Squirrel. Squirrel. Down. Down. Yeah, the 1 damage I do here will be balanced down by the 1 damage it does to me. Kill you. Pun that has nothing to do with anything except you just thought of it. The best kind of pun. I'd call a real dominant elf. I have an idea, and I'm interested to see what yours. An alpha! Alpha! I went too complicated. I went leg over lass. Alpha is much more succinct, I think. We will kill the coyote. Stoke will do 1 damage. I will take 1 damage. Fine with the trade. Ding ding. Ding. I can't play anything, so there's no point drawing anything. I see the way this is going. I can see it. First concession. My mind. I don't know why that was the first thing that popped into my head. I've had trouble making the simplest of puns. And there's that one, which is like, it's like a specific character from a specific thing. I don't know. Again, Alpha. Nice and simple. Succinctness and understandability of puns is more important than, you know, convolution, which is usually where my brain goes. You may accept my surrender, or you may finish the match the slow way. Accept? I mean, I'm not going to get any teeth out of this. No, hang on. 4. Hit me for 1. 4. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't really mind. I've always got teeth left over. It's fine. I wanted to try it. I've never done it before. I wanted to see if something happened. We have a coyote. We have the grizzly bear. The sadistic pronghorn. Woe be to all those that meet the end of its antlers. This moves and bifurcates. Interesting. Never accept surrender. The grizzly's good, but it's worth 3. Or it requires 3 sacrifice. The coyote is, you know, if we're going to go bone build. Coyote's pretty fun. I like pronghorn. Moving around. Elusive target, attack in 2 places. 3 health. It's not bad. I'll take pronghorn. It's fun. To the fire! No. A group of starving survivors stood around a dying campfire. There is room for a creature around a fire, one said. The warmth will enhance itself, said another. One of the survivors said nothing at all, but could not stop licking their lips. Do what you must, please, no. Wolf. Real strong wolf. This is health, unfortunately. I wanted it to be damage. Maybe you're just bloodthirsty, but the guy did take us to an isolated cabin to play a card game. I just wanted to see... This is a game about exploration. Can I do this to the squirrel? Strong wolf? Strong wolf's good. 3 damage, 4 health. Seems fun. Not a huge amount of reason to give it to anyone else, apart from maybe the frog to block flying stuff. You're pretty tanky as it is. I think just a strong wolf. Assuming you survive this encounter. Fire warmed the weary wolf and enhanced its health. You suspected the intentions of the survivors were less than pure. With your wolf in tow, you retreated into the woods. Time for another battle. A bad battle. Schedule. Bullfrog, stoat, and magpie. What are we fighting? We're fighting a sparrow, which is going to attack a tree for a bit, and another sparrow, which is going to attack me. Play spiders again. I can block the sparrow, but there's not really much point. Yeah, I'm gonna need... Because they're gonna attack me first, if I put something there. Oh no, squirrel. What am I doing? Yeah. I forgot about the squirrel! Ding ding! What? Oh, it flies. Ah, I forgot about the flying. Well, I forgot about 2 things. You're not flying though. So I'm going to... Everything is resolved left to right, which is annoying. If it was right to left, I would have had a plan, but oh these things happen. Sacrifice that squirrel, bullfrog there. I wonder what happens if the squirrel can't move a space adjacent. I assume they just die. I'm not going to take that risk. Okay, let's just do stuff. Let's get Stoat on the board. Stoat, bullfrog, Stoat. Stoat. Back on the board. Oh, I should have put Stoat there, really, shouldn't I? Buggy! Oh, Buggy. It sounds so enthusiastic. You always read Stoat as fed up. Yeah, Stoat is not the cheeriest of friends. I guess this is not ideal. Not entirely happy with how this is going. Kind of messed it up. Oh great, more sparrows. Oh, I forgot you. Yeah. I don't know. Twitch doesn't like you tonight? Oh no. No, I haven't dropped any frames on my end, so it's entirely Twitch. You always have the night. Yeah, but I don't want to use it. The tree will be gone soon, and that'll be something I can place things in places to place. Until then, I think I'd just leave it as is. I think, yeah. I don't think there was anything really much. Oh, and the flying. Oh, I keep forgetting about the flying thing, so I can't put a squirrel in front of the bird. Ah! Screw you. You're getting disconnected from chat, now you're being booted from the stream. Right. In that case, here's my only real shot. I'm doing. You're flying, so you're not going to be able to kill anything, which is annoying. That's a new sparrow, so Stoat won't be able to kill them, and they're flying over me. Might have to use the knife. Yeah. Or just give up now. Because we've only just started this run, right? I'll do that. And I can put Stink Bug on to kill Alpha, which will reduce your attack by 1. How much health am I missing? I mean, this is the only useful thing. I've got 1. Oh, I think I'm 1 off. Oh, but you can reduce attack by 1? But that's equivalent, really, isn't it? Either I stop the sparrow from attacking by reducing its attack by 1, or I stop the alpha from attacking by killing it. Masterful, yeah. Or the hook. The hook seems real wasteful to be taking a sparrow with a hook. Might be dagger time. I don't do this. This early, we're on map 1. We got funky tail squirrels. What went wrong? Okay, those of you who do not like eye things may want to look away now. Sorry, eyes and dogs. So what would you like me to do? I'd like you to let me go. At least it gets it out of my inventory, I guess. I don't like it. I'm gonna do. I don't want to do it. Oh, it's gonna kill you. You're gonna do a damage to me. It's not gonna work.
Do it.
No.
Yeah. And you can get it back later, tomato smile.
Tomato smile indeed. Sure. Nothing else I can do. And I'll be on -1 now, which is proof that I would have lost. There's no point putting down a squirrel because it's not going to do anything. You have me here, I surrender. No, screw you. I want these. If I'm losing an eye out of this, I want these teeth. Pronghorn only does 1. Oh no, it does 2 damage, I guess. If I were to put it there, I could do 2 damage either side, but then it'll move around and it'll be annoying. Ding ding. I'm not even going to get any teeth out of it. Oh no, I can. Let's scroll down. Wolf. Die. You there. Ding. No, it's... Oh, yeah, I've got a couple of teeth. It's fine. That was so much more violent than you thought it was going to be. Yeah. Dagger is very no. I didn't even look that time. That really got me. Would you care for a new eye? I don't know how many times you're going to offer me this. What is this? I feel... It would be remiss of me not to, right? What's this one then? Ancestral Vision. Find salvation in Cuckoo Clock. Happy with that one? Yes. Cuckoo. 1 clock? Okay. Okay. Interesting things are happening. Stunted wolf. Take the film roll before he sees it. Now. What am I doing? Nothing. Hi. One splash. Anything in these drawers? I'm intrigued. I did it. I got the film roll. Because yeah, but there's not many other places that have drippy bits. What's intriguing? You alright? I know what you look like now. You're not that creepy. Anything on the globe? Does bothering you do anything? Diddling? It's interesting that it's only there, and on the box that he had. I think it is just a general splatter, because that was the one I was thinking of. Anything in the book? Sorry, this is probably a waste of time, but I need to check. It's not looking like it, is it? Okay. Well then. Turns out Stoat wasn't eating it. Maybe the drippy bits make more sense if you get those cards placed. Yes, so we need to find a bloodhound. This was a tribe thing, and this was to get furs for the trap. No, that's in the next place, isn't it? So what was this? Pale sails. It was pale sails. Okay. Do we want to get a new card from a random species or pelt sails? I don't even really remember what pelt sails are for. They're just to get weird cards, right? Yeah, I don't think I have much money. It's quite early on. Got a random bird, insect, or deer. Well, none of those are beasts, so bird it is. I like birds. Ooh, the pernicious vulture, a tyrant of the skies. 8 bones, but pretty good. 3 flying attack. Good late battle card. Items, please. If you deem it necessary, you may cut up one of my cards with these. Yes, please. I deem it necessary. Bones are good for the vulture. Nice. Right. Whoosh. You chasing bastard. Chill mist closed in around you. You were not alone. A figure emerged from the fog. Stand in the way of me gold to be darned. Squirrel turns to tail. I ought to thank you. How's it been? Oh, quite bad. What? I'm trapped in the body of a stoat. Are you? In the paper of a card. You see that? And I have, of course, set up a way to reset once more. Oh, go on. Our player friend here, they already hold the key. What am I looking at? I'm trying to work out what this is. There's some sort of computer monitor thing? Like buttons and a crank? Music box? Maybe? Mecha stoat? Okay, well, we've got a fight to do. Pack mule! Ah, keys in the pack mule. Okay, what can we do? We can put down the squirrel to get attacked by the coyote to get 2 sacrifices next turn. That's probably the best thing to do. Squirrel. Down. But I could also use the smoke to get stoat in there. Stunted wolf though. Stunted wolf 2/2. Pretty good. Attack mule. Do that. Here we are.
Macaw stoat 9000.
Macaw. Macaw stoat. Don't you know? Neat. You use scissors on the back wheel. Be great. Then look at the time inside your shower. What did you miss? A fair few things. We saw the face of our assailant, captor, whatever you want to call them. They're tree person, I guess. We got to the end, but we didn't have a ring and we didn't pass some trials, so we got caught and went back to the beginning of the story. But we put in a magical eye when I had to take mine out. Don't ask questions. And I found a wolf in a clock, and he told me to get some film for the camera at the end, because we had the chance to use the camera on the person. But we didn't have any film, so it didn't work. But things could happen. I just have to get to the end again, I guess. A lot of stuff happened. Inexplicably. Stoat is also a square, and we don't know quite what this is. Yeah. Let's find out. Ding ding. That way. Pack mule, coyote, attack squirrel, tail. Oh, it does kill the tail. But we got some bones or something. Let's grab this. Another wolf. Got a strong wolf. Let us... Doesn't have the tail anymore, so there's no point doing that. Let's put down Starch. You only do 1 damage. But you only need to do 1 damage, so it's fine. Fine. Also, Stunted Wolf is a really good card for being 2/2 for 1 blood. I know! I know. A lot of stuff happened. What? Stoat? Yeah, we don't know that that just happened. Stunted Wolf and Stoat had a conversation. Stoat turned into a switch. I don't know. Tamagotchi Stoat? Don't know, we'll find out. Thing. It's not bad. Adder's going to attack a boulder for a bit, that's fine. Oh no, instant kill. Gotta take care of that. Here's a question. Does tail beat instant kill? This is a rules edge case. This is why it's so hard to write down good rules for card games. Because there are like 20 effects and you can't write down, you know, what would it be, like 380 possible intersections of rules. It will tail to the other side. Okay. Because if you can tail to the other side... Oh wait, hang on. The coyote's just going to come in, isn't it? If it's just going to tail to the other side, the coyote... No, the coyote will attack me first before the adder attacks, right? Tails when it would be attacked, not when it would take damage. Okay. So if I take my turn and all I do is I put down squirrel in front of adder. Stunted Wolf will attack Stoat, so I'll get 2 damage on the board, which would be nice. Stoat will attack, get 1 damage off Pack Mule. This is at the end of their turn? End of the owner's turn, yeah, okay. Then, this will move forward. Coyote will attack me for 2. I'm not too worried about that, just nullify Stunted Wolf. Adder will attack Squirrel. Squirrel will run away, leave Tail behind. Tail will get killed. Squirrel's on the board. Next turn, I can put another Squirrel on the board, sacrifice both, put a Wolf down. That's what I'm thinking. So let's do that. On the assumption that Dark is correct. Ding! Hey, Wolf. Dark is correct. Right. Pack Mule moves, which is great for me. Squirrel down. Sacrifice for Strong Wolf. Ding, ding. Kill the instant kill thing, I guess. No, kill the thing that does more damage. Actually, did I want to do Strong Wolf? Or I should have kept Strong Wolf for phase 2, shouldn't I? I guess it's not the end of the world. I guess it's not the end. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Also, annoyingly, I will kill the Pack Mule this turn, which is going to kill my Stunted Wolf. Bugger. Sorry, Stunted Wolf. You did good. Got a bunch of cards out of it, though. Oh, no, I got a squirrel. My mule under a pack. Attack, attack. Wolf's gonna come on. Kill Stunted. Ah! How dare you? Stunted Wolf's good. Okay, what do we got? We have another wolf, squirrel for free, kingfisher. Okay, interesting. Bloodhound. Got Bloodhound. Turkey vulture. We could probably put Turkey Vulture on straight away, right? It would be flying, which means I wouldn't be able to kill the thing in front, which is annoying. And we're pretty much at the end of phase 1. Actually, we are at the end of phase 1. If I just stop now, we're at the end of phase 1. So in that case, I'm going to draw a squirrel. I got the hound, I know. So if I remember how this goes, anything that's on the board now is just going to get turned into gold at the end of phase 1. So there's not much point putting anything else good on. I can do the thing. Theoretically, I can do the thing. I've forgotten what the thing is. I think it's nothing, squirrel, bloodhound, nothing. But it might be nothing, bloodhound, squirrel, nothing. Seem to remember the bloodhound being on the right. Right middle. Okay. This is probably a stupid idea. No, because then I'm going to get attacked for 5 immediately next turn. I need to put something there, don't I? Was it? I can't remember how the game mechanics work. Do the opponent's cards also go? I don't think they do. I'm going to assume they don't. We have Vulture to put on next turn for something good. Squirrel for King? No, because Kingfisher's not going to block any damage. Or do any damage. Just 2 squirrels? This is going to feel bad. Don't want to put 2 squirrels down. I'm going to waste the tail power. But I guess there's always more squirrels. And everything's going to get turned into gold. So I could just, I guess, bulk up on squirrels. Sure. Kind of just using you as blockade. Attack, attack. Okay, let's see what happens so that I actually pay attention and learn something. There's gold in them cards. You're going to turn all my things into gold. Thanks. 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 And your cards stay where they are? Go gold! I've struck gold! Yeah, if I didn't do that, at least for one of those, I would have screwed things up. But that's fine. I can just get more squirrels. Nothing I can do. Next turn. Ding ding. Okay, everyone frees up some space. Get 'em! More squirrels. I can't use the tail thing very well here because they're just going to kill the tail. They all attack for at least 2. Okay, well, we can get a free Turkey Vulture. That's good. So we can kill... Probably want to kill the Bloodhound with that. What does this do? When an opposing creature is placed opposition to an empty space, a card bearing the sigil will move to the empty space. Makes sense. Okay, so we'll kill the 3 with the Turkey Vulture. We'll get Squirrel down for my own Bloodhound. Get 2, kill the Wolf. And then we'll deal with the other one later. We're balanced at the moment, so that's fine. Squirrel. Squirrel. Bloodhound. Doop, doop. Kill Wolf. Can't do anything else. Ding dong. What? Oh, you fly, don't you? I can deal with that. That's fine. I always forget about flying. Flying is my Achilles heel. But we will win next turn. So I guess get more flying damage in. Ding ding ding! Who are you, Prospector? You will not perish quite yet. Thank you for my life back. Perhaps one of these will entice you. That filthy feral hog. It becomes incensed when its chimes are struck. When a card bearing the sigil is played, a chime is created on each empty adjacent space. A chime is defined as 0 power, 1 health. Okay, so previously we had this. And I just thought, that's not great. It just puts things to the side. But he just said it gets angry when its chimes are struck. So maybe it gets more powerful when its chimes are hit. In which case, it might not be terrible. Moleman and Gek! Good old Gek. Might be worth trying. It's 2 sacrifice, and Moleman is just... If I can get damage on Moleman or spikes or something. Stat boost when chimes break? That's what I'm thinking. But at the same time, 2 sacrifice. And I don't really have a good system set up yet for sacrifices. I think we were lucky with the cat in the first game. That cat was great. That was like the centerpiece of my tactics. Moleman has the potential to do good. Gek's just lovely. It does block 3 spaces, that is true. So it will, if I sacrifice 2 things, it will immediately fill up those 2 things if I plan it right. But those things will only be unblocked for 1 turn, but that might end up making the doubts really powerful. I don't know. That's the thing, I don't know. Do we need to beat this to get to the camera? That's the thing. Is the camera going to be within reach even if we just die? Don't know. Don't know what it does, you only saw it like once. Nothing ventured. Nothing ventured, nothing wasted time for. Free of the prospector's unhinged gaze, you look ahead. We will need another map. Who needs a map? To the cave! As the air grew humid, your boots became harder to pull from the mud. The dank smell of tepid water invaded your nostrils. You had reached the wetlands. Let me have a quick look at my deck to understand what's going on. We've got some decent damage going on. We've actually got some decent health going on. No, there's a couple of flying. No real cohesion with the symbols, though. Okay. Hello. Trial of power. The 3 drawn cards must have at least 4 attack power combined to pass. That's probable. The trial of blood. The 3 drawn cards must cost at least 4 blood combined to pass. Probably not. Trial of bones. Let's do power, I think. It's probably likely. Let the trial of power begin. 2. 2. Nice. 1. Wish you luck. Thank you very much. 2 drawn from the douse, 2 from the stunted wolf, and 1 from the bullfrog. Success. Moosebuck. Spiky Moosebuck. Nice. Is this the one from before? What's that? Oh, is that number of times I've pressed the bell? Ooh. Okay. And Mole, which evolves into Mole Man? Well, I turned down a Mole Man. But Beehive Tentacles, which do more power if you play it later in the game. Like 7 turns in, it's doing 7 power. Spiky Moosebuck that's strong is pretty good, but it also requires 3 to play. Longer the game, more damage, but only counts the turn you play it. Do you mean by that it fixes itself when you put it on the board, or do you mean the longer it stays out, the more powerful it gets? I can't tell because the rulebook is covered in ink. First one. I can't remember. It locks in place when you put it down. Okay. Sorry. My short-term memory is just slowly dribbling out of my ears. I'm quite tempted to get the Moosebuck, to be honest, but tentacles for like boss battles? Long boss battles, if I can survive long enough? Tentacles pretty good. They also give me bees when they get hit. I'm always a fan of things that give me bees. But like, if I could put this in front of things that do not a lot of damage, dealing spike damage with 7 health. It's a good combination. Oh, sorry, Mole Man. I'm not even considering you now. I think the temptation for the tentacles to do more damage and give me bees is good. And also I don't have to sacrifice 3 things to put it down. I think I'm going to go tentacles. Try and work out what's going on here then. Okay, let's see if the ink is gone from the book now. No, it has not. Fantastic. I think I'm full on items. Deleting a card. Totem time. I want to go that way just to get more cards. I'm fine with the totem. Don't want to get rid of a card. Your bag was full. Yes, I know. But a small critter approached. I forgot about Pack Rat. Hello! Yes, please. A Pack Rat, always useful. Love Pack Rat. Pack Rat's good. That's how Cresp #1 got so powerful. Cool, let's fight. Squirrel! Okay, what do we got? We have a worker ant and a ringworm. Why? What is this? What? Spiders, get out of the way. Leave. Why ringworm? What is this? It's crap. What? That makes me suspicious of it. The worker ant's only going to do 1 damage. That's not the end of the world. I'm going to do 1, 2 annoyingly, so... And it's going to get the first attack. So, squirrel time. Ding. Yeah. More squirrels. Bee is flying, don't put it in front of the bee. The ants are going to get more powerful. I'm fine with... It's a worm, that's a ring. Marvellous. So... Put this in front of that ant, and then it will kill the tail, but I'll at least have a turn to block things. The bee's going to sting me regardless. Then I can put... Skunk doesn't do anything much. I can put a wolf in front of it. Okay, I'm going to put a squirrel there. I'm going to grab wolf. Dun, dun, there. Then that's going to kill the ant and do a damage to the skunk. Skunk's going to come forward. It doesn't do any damage, but I will kill it next turn. So it's not the end of the world. Squirrel will bifurcate, and we'll all live happily ever after. Ding. I get stung by bee. Ow. Oh no, because I killed the ant, the tail survived. Fantastic. Keep that ant off the board. Just keep the bee flying around. Bee's not causing any trouble. Going to make toast and got attacked by Teddy. How's things? Things are fine. We got a bloodhound, which we might need for a puzzle. That's about it, really. Oh, we got some tentacles. Did we? Did we get the tentacles? I think we got the tentacles. Also, how's Teddy? Also, how's Toast? More squirrels. I'll go wrong with more squirrels. Put flying magpie over there. And then just do exactly the same thing we did last time. Oh. What do we want? Turkey Vulture is good, but I don't have enough stuff yet. Teddy is typical 5-month-old puppy full of attitude, just as warm and good. These are all good. Bee tentacles? We can see how it works, at least. Squirrel back here. Still not telling me, eh? Oops. Ding ding. More squirrels. Okay, let's find out. Four, it is. It counts from the start of the match. That's good. That's good. And I guess... Well, you're gonna die, so it doesn't matter bringing the new ant on board. Nice top deck. What? I don't even know what that means. I don't know what you are anymore. You only do 1 damage, there's no point in replacing anything on the board with you. Ding ding. Nice. Oh, nice. But it locks in place when you put it on the board. Okay. So the longer I have it in my hand, the better. Nice. Is that a Sharingan Maggie? Top decking is... I'm guessing it's a card game term. I just don't know what it means. It means the card from the top of your deck. Top decking? What? I thought it was like, oh, you got a nice distribution of cards in the top half of your deck or something like that. I didn't think it'd be like the top card. A cockroach that does not die. This one goes back into the hand. Yes. Sparrow? Oh, it doesn't go back into the hand. A copy goes into your hand. I know you meant magpie. I've just never heard of a Sharingan magpie. You thought it was bus driver slang. It's when the kids are like, oh, I want to go on the top deck. Let's go at the front so it looks like we're driving. Normally it's when you pull something really good. Yeah. Basically means your hand is empty and each turn you're only using the top card of your deck. Oh, I see. I pulled him into an empty hand and he was like, oh, you're flying by the seat of your pants. Mantis. Cockroach is kind of fun, but it uses up a lot of bones. If I can make it more powerful, might be worth it. Mantis is also fun. Sparrow flies. Mantis does 2 damage, which is nice. Again, if you can upgrade the damage on it. But it does only have 1 health. But you can also put it out of the way of things, and it'll attack. Sharingan is Naruto. It's the eye. References to things I just don't understand. What is this animes that your children speak of? Do not understand. Oh. 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 Oobs. Oobs is posting some real good stuff in the Discord. My word. That is pretty darn neat. If it went on a different computer, I would show you. Also, if I were actually capturing my screen, I would show you. But in Discord, great. I'm gonna take this just for the sigil. I might be able to put it on something else. Naruto is a really good Pokemon series about card dueling on a rich man's private island, or also ninjas or something. I can believe all of that. Mushrooms? I'm full on items, so let's check out the mushrooms. Is it new? Blah blah blah. You find yourself among a grove of thick and pungent mushrooms. You squinted to see a figure through a thick cloud of spores. Ooh, new one. The other mycologist, yes? Yes. And we are performing our experiments far from... We are not welcome elsewhere. We will experiment on your flock, yes? We will need 2 of the same creatures. 1 for each of us. Blob. Do I have 2 wolves? Interested to know what's going to happen, yeah? Thank you, do good. You do very good. Also, they're both evolved into Saiyans or something. It happens. Every single person voices a major. I have a limited number of accents, and I was like, I have done so many squeaky nasal accents and so many deep gruff accents. What else do I have? In between the magical girl mech fights. Neat. I also hear there's some sort of sport involved. Sure, let's see what happens. Experiment time. If this turns into a 6-6, I'm not gonna be unhappy. I think this could get messy. Look away. 6-6. Haha! The wolf, it is now won. Nice. Got a 6-6 wolf. It still costs 2 to put on the board. I'm happy with that. Battle! Stumps! Squirrel! Magpie took the film roll. Is that correct? I did. My plan nears its moment of truth. But you must defeat him first. I have to, okay. How? I got killed like immediately. But I've got the ring now. I do have the ring. There's an eye on the scales, I've just realised that. Spiders, go away! Bullfrog blocks flying, 1 attack, 2 damage, not the end of the world. Stunted wolf. I can kill the frog with a stunted wolf, it's pretty good. Or I can do squirrel tactics. Squirrel tactics! Flip. Yeah. More squirrels. Adder will kill Stump. Probably should bear that in mind. You sure? No. Quite honestly, no. La cucaracha. If I put you down, you're gonna get killed by the coyote, and you're not gonna be able to kill it because you're flying. Can't put you down. Could put a squirrel there just to block, but that would be kind of pointless other than getting bones. If I put the squirrel there next turn, then it can take up the space where the adder is going to go. The adder's poison doesn't affect me. It's another creature, right? That creature perishes. It doesn't kill me. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna wait. Or I could do that to try and get the cockroach out. Let's free up space in my inventory, why not? It's not gonna do much, but it'll come back in my hand. Ding ding. Do 1 damage. Pocket damage. Life's good. Squirrel there, move. Take that. Ultimately serves no purpose. So what else have I got? Oh, playing the magpie would have allowed me to get something else from the deck, wouldn't it? Pronghorn, 1 attack. Okay, perfect. Hold on, squirrel, squirrel. You go there. Kill the coyote, move next turn. Don't get hit by adder. Kill adder next turn. Kill adder and rattler. And then wolf does... That worked out surprisingly nicely, assuming the adder isn't going to instantly kill me. There's a subplot to do with volleyball and ice skating. Both simultaneously. It's amazing. Just the animation budget on that alone. Fantastic. Cockroach? No, I don't want to put you on the board, because then... No. Ding ding. Move. Is where we find out whether I am affected by poison. I'm not affected by poison. Hooray! Oh, the rattler did kill my thing, unfortunately. That's gonna die next turn, doesn't matter too much. This pronghorn's great. Big brain plays. Yes, definitely not luck. It's called volley skating. And here's me, I was gonna call it ice ball. If you're an animes fan, you would have heard of it. I know, it's just a severe gap in my knowledge. So let us. Squirrel. Why not? What's wrong with putting a squirrel down? A cucaracha. Guess there's no harm in that. No? Nice. Ding ding. Got the one. You can move. Nothing gets hit by the adder. Apart from me, obviously. Oh, so you found the stunted wolf. I have seen this play enough times to know that a plan is in motion. Make haste! I will endeavor to, stink bug. Wanna go there? Have fun. Cracking! Now I think they sound like Wallace from Wallace and Gromit. Cockroach is gonna die. Again. Spiders. I guess there's not really much else I'm gonna do about that. How much does Magpie do? 1-1. Cockroach also does 1-1. Not a lot of damage going on here. But this alpha it's going to empower the stump. Does that mean the stump's going to do damage? Let's just return something else in my hand. I guess the magpie is the best option here. I can do that and that. I'm not going to be able to kill either of these. I might as well go for this one. Wolf. It's been going on a while. Tentacles might be good. But is it going to be better than 6/6? Probably not. Might be though. I haven't been counting. It's a little bell. I'm gonna have to get a couple of squirrels on board anyway. So. Or actually, no, I might have just won. Oh no, I've just won. It doesn't matter. Cool. Not even paying attention. I've just won. Stop spilling the pot. Cards, or cards, followed by items, totems, no, items, thingies or totems. I kind of want that one so that I can get the cockroach thing on something else. Cockroach on 6/6 wolf. Ooh. Yes, please. Ooh, hello. Oh, good chibi sketches. I plan on doing mine tomorrow. I've got a lot of things all coming in at once. Got commissions coming in, got Patreon doodles, got friend doodles, got Christmas cards to do. Loads of stuff. But it's also really nice seeing everybody else's stuff. Yeah, I'm going to do this, because then I want to get returns to hand when Wolf dies. That's going to be great. 6/6 Wolf, 2 on board. As soon as it gets killed, it goes right back in your hand. That's going to be amazing. Beehive, always a joy. The adept kingfisher, a slippery hunter. We never had a kingfisher. Guess not. And another cockroach. I like the beehive. I like getting bees. How about a beehive that revives? A beevive. So it gives you bees, and then you just put it back on and it gives you more bees. That sounds kind of fun. An immortal, if you could make an immortal spiky beehive, that would be surprisingly good, because it only costs a squirrel to put on the board, you know? You're going to work on your sketch tonight, tomorrow too. Hooray. I want to keep my sketch pretty loose so that Christy's got some fun stuff to work with. I like beehives. Beehives are fun. Unless you're in Valheim. In which case I've never so much as touched a beehive. Just run away as soon as you see it. Right. Hopefully nothing bad happens here. I can't remember which way round this goes. Back. Okay, this is the thing that's going to get the thing, right? Because that, for example, doesn't have anything. And this is the thing that's going to have the thing taken from it, because these all have ability. Sacrifice goes on a bloody bit. That makes the most sense. How dare you be logical? Okay, so I want the immortalness of the cockroach to be put on my 6/6 wolf. ... It's me. Can you put things on a 6/6 wolf? I hope I don't break it. Did you hear about your sketch coming back from the kitchen? Looking forward to it. I'm going to do it hopefully tomorrow morning, and I'm going to keep it nice and loosey-goosey so that you can have some fun. It's going to be a specific... I know what it's going to look like in my head, but there's enough there for you to play with. Hopefully I can put it on this. Hopefully it doesn't break. Or is there something better? No, I think I'm going to go for this. Probably a better thing to do. Go with it. Be good against bears. If that gets pulled again. Yep. You got the douse. It's the first time you've popped up. What do we got? We have some stumps, some bullfrogs. Bullfrog will attack stump for a bit. That's no problem. So standard fare. Put squirrel in front of thing. Ding ding. Alright. More squirrel. Now what have we got? So you need 2 to die. Kinda wanna put douse in the middle here. See what happens. Let's give it a go. I know it's going to attack a stump, but I just want to see what happens when the chimes get hit. Give it a go. Yeah, the stump now has 1 attack, which is a bit weird. Nothing? Nothing has happened. Oh no, it attacked. Oh, it attacked the things that attack the chimes. I missed that. That's not that useful. But fine. It's a temporary side attack. Not that great, to be honest. You worked on yours all afternoon and was playing with the gradient when you remembered. Wait, you're not the one finishing this. You went so basic. We hope Jimmy has fun playing with. That's the thing. It's a sketch. You can do as much or as little. It's just sketch. Sketch. Oh, it insta killed them. Okay. That requires me to pay attention. The thing is, they only had 2 health and I do 2 attack. I just assumed, oh, it does the attack, it was fine. 3 attack, 1 damage. Annoyingly, I can't play my squirrel tactic here. And I have nothing in lieu. Have I taken a thing yet? No. Ooh. Sacrifice Douse. Is it Douse or Deus? Douse them in hurt? Sorry, I'm thinking. That's not gonna help. Squirrel's only 1, isn't it? I could screw this up. It might oddly be in my best interest just to sacrifice a squirrel. Well, not sacrifice, but just put a squirrel there to take damage. It's not ideal. Also, we get to see if the squirrel just jumps to a different space. It's testing. Consider this an experiment. Did not. Good. Okay. What do we got going on here? The adder's just immediately going to kill the Douse if I don't do anything about that. There's another Rattler coming up. But alternatively, right there. Ding ding. Having a 6 is very good. Maybe overthinking things by a large amount. Possibly. I keep forgetting the win criterion. I just want to defend myself, and I'm like, no, I could just go on the attack. Oh, fungus. Fungus. There's a fungus among us. I think I've cocked up the pelt situations. There's no point doing that. I'm pretty full on items. I guess just go this way. Do a little challenge. Go around the fire. Make my wolf even stronger. What have we got? Trial of kin. 2 of the 3 drawn cards must be kin to pass. Okay. Trial of blood. The 3 drawn cards must cost at least 4 blood combined to pass. The trial of bones. The 3 drawn cards must cost at least 5 bones combined to pass. I don't have an awful lot of synergy with regards to types of animal in my deck, so that's unlikely. Not a lot of bones going on. There are a few that are really lots of bones, but not many. It's mostly sacrifice. So I guess 4 sacrifice. I'm not sure I'm going to win this, but let's give it a crack. Let the trial of blood begin. Hey, there we go. 2 from the bell tentacle, 1 from the beehive, 2 from the wolf. Trial was passed. Elk fawn, which can be sacrificed. You need to sacrifice 1 to get it, but you get 3 if you kill it. Pronghorn gives me some items, or a magpie that gives me blood. I don't really want any of these. for their abilities. The pronghorn might be good to just have, but part of me thinks the magpie, because if you play the magpie for 2, get it on the board, you can then draw a card that requires 3 sacrifice to put down, and then just sacrifice the magpie immediately to put it down. Magpie, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So that's a good combination, actually. Yeah, let's do that. See, I'm starting to understand how this game works. This place again. It went pixely again. I don't trust that. The crackling fire lit the starving faces of a group of survivors. "We have not food," one said. "But perhaps one of your creatures will join us, enhance its power," said another. You alright there? Looking a little messy. Do what you must, pick something else. If you must. Such a shame that it'll be over soon now you have the film. Exactly. Beehive? Attacky beehive? It's good value on the pronghorn, because you get double damage out of that. It's good value on you, because you're cheap. I don't know. I don't actually know. I'd kind of want to do it on there, but it's looking a bit weird. Looking very weird. They're gonna break. If that goes wrong, I'm screwed. Don't trust that scientist. Just a bit bloody. Pronghorn, I guess? Oh, doubt? No, its main ability kind of doesn't really care much for the damage it does. Makes it more worth the 2 sacrifice. Or the pack rat, I guess, also make it worth the 2 sacrifice. Still tempted to put it on the beehive. I love the idea of just having that beehive attacking. That gets free attacks. Does it? Like I said, it kills them instantly. Or is that not a thing? It might not be a thing. I don't know. And it's only really once. I guess the douse. I'm easily convinced by people when I don't know. I'm like, sure, whatever you just said. Ding dong. The fire warmed the weary douse. Sorry, the douse, and enhanced its power. To know that the alpha had 3 health. Oh, okay. You suspected the intentions of the survivors were less than pure. With your the douse in tow, you retreated into the woods. Putting a "the" in front of the name of the thing does kind of mess with the grammar of these sentences. Okay, right. Time to do this again. No bears. Alright? I'm watching you. You beheld an immense man slouched beside a mucky pond. He appeared to be tearing hunks of flesh from a fish corpse. Some chunks were thrown back into the pond where a few ghoulish birds snapped them up, and some were sloppily pushed into the hulking man's mouth. You bring fish flesh? Easy choose. It's easy choosy with choosy flesh. The angler. Mind his hook. Play a squirrel or something when he aims it. That will protect your best cards. Thanks. I've done this twice. Hello, Mr. Douse. It's Mr. The Douse, please. Oh, kingfishers. We have the magpie straight away. The kingfishers are useless for my squirrel tactic. What happens after the... what happens in the phase change? He turns the cards I put on the... because I could just... sharks, yeah. I could just get that magpie down with the smoke and the squirrel. Sacrifice... get the 6/6 wolf. Sacrifice the magpie to put the wolf on the thing and then just instantly win phase 1. You'd like it to be the Christina. The definite article. My name is the definite article. But like I say, I can't remember exactly what happens after that. Would that 6/6 wolf... would something happen to it? That's what I'm thinking. I don't know whether to play risky, that's what I'm saying. I will automatically have the ability to put Stinkbug on if I need to, because I will have killed 2 things to get it on the board. And it's kind of my biggest source of attack, so I kind of want to do it just to see what happens, just want to have fun. Risky maneuvers in the dark. Oh, and sacrificing the smoke will get me a bunch of bones anyway. So I could always hook it back if the worst comes to worst. Let's give it a go. Let's have some fun. Squirrel, squirrel. Kill for magpie. The magpie on there. This will allow me to get 6/6 wolf. 6/6 wolf. Kill. Put on board. Sharks can't kill the wolf. Yeah, but it's like, I can't remember. So for example, in the Prospector one, it just immediately got rid of my cards and turned them into gold. And I can't remember whether something like that happens, like he hooks all of my stuff over to his side. We'll find out, I guess. Whoosh. Go fish! Bait bucket. It will come back to your hand if it dies anyway. That is true. I forgot about that. That makes it pretty good. Just put Stinkbug in a corner, I guess. I guess there's no reason to rush. There's nothing else on the board, isn't there? That's going to turn into shark. Shark can't kill. Go fish. One there. And you're swimming, so I'm just going to attack the bucket behind, or am I going to actually attack all the way through? I don't even know what's going to happen. More squirrels to get the wolf back on. More squirrels for the wolf god. No, I just attack all the way through. 6/6 wolf is powerful. Who'd have thought? Reignite. Thank you. Perhaps one of these will entice you. Ooh. The Ouroboros. The Oroluli or the Mole Man. I think we go for the Ouroboros. Every time it dies, it gets more powerful, and it stays that way throughout every game. You just storm through when you got a 9/8 wolf. My word. Yeah, not even the bears can really do anything about that. Enough blocking of the other ones, and you'll be fine. Let me go the Ouroboros. Moving past the pond, you took a deep breath of fresh air and continued on. moment. The relief of the fresh air quickly gave way to a bone-shaking chill. You guessed at the path ahead as the snow increasingly obscured it. You had climbed to the snow line. Oh, yeah. You did that. Trial. I am full on items, I think. Am I? Also, what was this thing? But I think I lost my bloodhound in the great mining disaster. Also, hang on. Were you always there? Not quite as good as the 50-50 aura, though. I can imagine if you play it long enough. Yeah, I think I lost my bloodhound. Yeah, that's annoying. I love the magpie. It's like hiding. Okay, so... Trial fire? Trial by fire. You got that in one playthrough. Oh, you might be able to come up with like a kind of magpie style every time it dies. It goes into your hand. I don't know how you did it. I guess there's a way. Trial of blood of 3 draw cards must cost at least 4 blood to combine to pass. Trial of bones with bones. Trial of kin. The blood, please. Let the trial of blood begin. 1, 1, 2. Thank you, Ouroboros. Ouroboros saved us. 1 from the stoat, 1 from the stunted wolf, 2 from the Ouroboros. Now don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You have passed. What do I get? Swimming elk fawn, spiky cockroach, or ant grizzly. Not... Not amazing synergy on any of these, really. Apart from the fact that every time the cockroach dies, it goes into your hand, but it also hurts the thing that killed it. You get lots of ants from the grizzly because it's got a lot of health. Then you could put all those ants down to sacrifice to get something equally as good as the grizzly, which you might as well have just put down in the first place. 1 with the don't die on sacrifice, and 1 with the back to hand on death with cost of 1. Oh. It's only 1 ant on play. When the card bearing this is played. It's not when it's killed. It's even worse. A swimming elk sounds funny. Spiky cockroach is good. Is it? Is it though? I like the idea of the swimming elk because it's going to turn into a proper elk, presumably still with the ability to swim. It's just going to keep running around and swimming. Which, I mean, means I'm going to take damage, but have fun. Spiky cockroach. I guess spiky cockroach is slightly better than the normal cockroach I have. And you're cheap. The elk fawn's cheap. So, I'll go with the elk fawn. Let's go with that. I've never had anything swimming before. What do we got in the fire? Warm a creature by the... Sorry. Warm a creature by the fire and hides its health, said a hungry survivor. More health. Choose wisely. Oh, you look terrifying. My word. More health for the health wolf. I don't really want it to have more health. I just want it to go back in my hand and then use it again. More health for the elk? Might be fun. More health for the spiky cockroach would have been good, but that's too late now. More health for the bee tentacles. That might be fun. More health for bee tentacles sounds good. But are we gonna need it with a mega wolf? Actually, Omega Wolf's a different thing, isn't it? Not quite what I'm thinking. I like the idea of having at least 2 cards that are really, really good. And this one gives me bees. Sure. Hooray! The health of the bell tentacle was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. Yeah, like you could get hold of the tentacles. Maybe, smiley face. Squirrel! Tentacles! Elk fawn, bullfrog. What do we got? Elk fawn! Do they swim though? Nah, not as good as mine. Okay. So I'm gonna want to put the squirrel. Gonna take 2 damage. Squirrel there. And then that'll get me 2 things on the board. Sacrifice to put down some other things. Maybe. It's kind of a risky play having 3 things. Maybe! So no point putting you on the board yet, obviously. Gotta wait. And obviously it doesn't tell me until I put it on the thing, so I have to keep track of the number of dings I do. I guess we could put that on the board already. I like the idea of the squirrel tactic though. It's either I do a damage... Okay, either I do a damage now and have a thing on the board, and then take 3 damage next turn, or lose the thing that did the damage. Or I put the squirrel on the board, don't do any damage, but only take 2 because I'm blocking one of them, because the squirrel runs away, leaves behind a tail. I've got 2 things to sacrifice next turn, as well as maybe another squirrel. I think that's probably the best. Still going to take damage, but I'll go with it. Ding, ding, ding. Move. Ding. 2 damage. You will want to move. That blocks you, so that's nice. What do I want? Probably something other. Maybe? Well, let's see what we got. Because either I sacrifice these 2, put these 2 on the board, and then I can't do anything. Or I pick up another squirrel and it does nothing. So I might as well pick up from the hand and see if there's anything better. Aha! Is it wolf time already? These are going to evolve. Hello, you're back. I started looking at star assets in Clip Studio Paint and got lost for a little while. Okay, cool. I don't want to rely... I don't want to assume everything's going to be fine. You know what I mean? Let's... Okay. We'll do this, but we'll do it carefully. It's Magpie. 6/6 Wolf. Grab Wolf. Use. Try and... I guess taking 2 out is probably better than taking 1 out. Yeah. Makes sense. And there's nothing else I can do now because I don't have any sacrifices. Cool. Thing. 2 gone. They evolve. Wait, hang on, did I just die? I just died. See, this is what happens when you're not paying attention. How disappointing. You've got this. No, I haven't. But we got through, it's fine. To the trial! Trial of blood. Trial of health. That might be easier. Trial of power. Might also be easier. Trial of power? No, maybe. Blood. Health. Health's probably good. Do health. Let the trial of health begin. If the wolf comes up, we're great. 2, there we go. 2 from the beehive, 6 from the wolf, 1 from the magpie. You have passed. Oh, it's that easy. Raven egg with an ant in it. Is that how eggs work? A possum that can find me a card. That's pretty good. It's just 2 bones. And a skink that can attack in 2 directions and has a tail thing. That's also pretty good. I like that. I believe even if I'm up against a cheat. That wasn't cheating. That was just me being bad. That was me not paying attention to what was happening. And also not knowing how much damage an elk's gonna do. Yeah, I probably should have blocked stuff. There were lots of things I should have done there. I just got carried away with the wolf. Which I said I was going to. So I was in the process of saying, you know, maybe I shouldn't rely on the wolf. I can get an item. Oh no, you can't use that. Can I not? It looks like I can. Failure. To the user. Nothing will happen. This bottle of goo has no use. Really? I have to, right? I have to. How can I not look at that face? Look at that poor, sweet, innocent face. Nothing will happen. Oh, again. Nothing will happen. It looks like it needs to be let out. It's so upset. This is gonna go really badly, isn't it? Ooh, the friend. Totem battle, things, items. No, cards probably is what I need. Battle! Let's see if we can do better than the elk time. Squirrel! There, I got the wolf automatically. Oh no, stunted wolf, sorry. Still, 2-2, pretty good. Sounds cool. What's going on here? Mole doesn't do any damage but jumps in the way. Turkey vulture. I get like a 1 there. Snowy furs blocking some stuff. Kind of want the mole to jump in the way of the turkey vulture and then have the fawn move out of the way and start attacking other things. That might be fun. Kind of like the idea of that. Let's give it a go. It's silly, but it just might be worth it. Probably won't, but it just might be. Oh, should we use friend? The only one with any colour, yeah. It's green! Apart from the little mace over there that's got a green thing on it. Not a lot of green in this game. Can't wait for the hidden ooze boss fight. I don't know whether to use it at a time of great peril or at a time of calm. Yeah, is this gonna work? No! Oh, you need to be on the board for that to have the thing effect. Yeah. That was silly, wasn't it? Oh well. The book did say it had no use. There's absolutely 0 use. And when has the book ever lied to me before? I may be in trouble. Short of scissoring the vulture. Or taking it for myself, of course. Scissoring, I feel, is more powerful. Sorry, taking it for yourself is more powerful. Scissoring is less. You heard me. Because I can't block the vulture because it's flying, which means it will do 3 damage to me next turn, which will kill me. I only have 1 life left. Which means that I'm going to have to do damage to it. I don't have anything that flies in my hand, and I don't think I have anything in my deck that can fly that would cost 1 sacrifice. Or 1 bone. So I think I have to use the scissors. Which... not the end of the world, I guess. To the user, you may cut up one of your adversary's cards, it is destroyed. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to. That's alright then. Nothing's gonna do any damage, so there's no point doing my squirrel trick. But I can get the 2/2 stunted wolf on the board, and that can kill the egg next turn, so that's good. It's what you use the items for. Choose me wisely. I will try. Okay, that didn't go fantastically, but I'm not dead yet. The mole did move, that's fine. Died. Can do 2 damage. You're flying. You're gonna do 1 damage, which isn't gonna kill me. The elk moving is not helpful, but it will kill the sparrow next turn. Assuming I don't put anything else down. I've only dinged twice, which it will kill the sparrow, but it's gonna feel a bit of a waste. I guess it's better than dying. But I know I have to kill the elk to do it, don't I? Then I'm gonna kill the big elk with the stunted wolf. No, the elk fawn, I guess, next turn. Leave it like this. I'm not gonna die this turn, right? Should be fine. And move that. Take 1 damage. Move there. So this turn I will kill you, kill you. You'll move. If you have space to move. Great draw. Yay. Put you on the board, why not? You can reduce the damage of the boulder. Look, you'll do damage, sure, why not? Good play. None of this is good. I'm doing very badly indeed. Is there any reason I have screwed up? You're flying, but that just means you attack over me. You move, but you're not going to move before my turn. You're dead, you're dead. Should be okay. Okay, we should get back to even by the time you come on the board, and then you're going to do 2 attack to kill my wolf. Not ideal. But then you're going to move behind a tree, which is fine. Gives me time to prepare, and then I can get that on the board probably. Fine. Things in this game are either going awfully or really well. Do I want... I think I want another squirrel. No, I don't want another squirrel because there's nowhere to put it. It's alright, I'll get 2 damage now. You'll just attack a tree, it's fine. Get back. It'll do 2 damage. Hang on a minute. 3 to win. I don't want to sacrifice Stink Bug, I feel bad. Wolf time? That's what I was thinking. But I'd have to sacrifice either the elk or the Stink Bug. I'd be happier sacrificing the elk, I guess. Sure, let's give it a go. Oh, hang on, I need to put the squirrel down first. Okay, there, wolf. Heal. Down. Ding! Overflowing the bowl. This feels bad, you know. Moosbuck. Ooh, the venerable alpha. Its courage emboldens the creatures that stand beside it, but it's kind of useless by itself. Moosebuck's kind of fun. Can get that with the magpie as well. Not as good as the 6/6, but it's not bad. The moosebuck. Come on, we got a lot of the. Let's try and get to the end again before the end of the stream. I know we're already half an hour open. The decrepit woodcutter appeared before you. With the seconds of vigor of spider. Sort of a ledge. Okay. Ooh. Oh ho 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 ho. I see what's going on here. Infinite combo. This is infinite squirrels. Seems good. I think this game wants to help me win. Might be. Infinite squirrels, please. You hunched down to place her offering in your pack. When you looked up again, the ancient woman had vanished. Still there. Oh, you mean it's quite good. Infinite squirrels? Already, magpie. So squirrel, put it on board. Sacrifice, put something else on board. Get squirrel back. Put squirrel on board. Get magpie. Win. Squirrel. On board. Go back. Beehive. Sacrifice squirrel. Put on board. Get squirrel back. Put squirrel on board. Get magpie. Kill those. Get squirrel back. Put magpie on board. Get wolf. Wolf. Sacrifice magpie. Put on board. Profit. So Oro, squirrel, and wolf as you start getting Oro pumped. Okay, yeah, I sort of see what's going on there. Oh. Sure. You'd accuse me of cheating, but the game deserves it. Yeah. Get a rattler, an elk, or an elk fawn. Rattlers are kind of fun, get a bit of bones. The keeper guy deserves it for cheating so much. Rattler's kind of fun. I don't really need any more totems, but thank you. Swimming, birds, bears. I don't think you really have the time to get that going. No, it's fine. I've got infinite squirrel stuff. It's long as I'm careful, as long as I don't rush into things, we should be fine. Infinite squirrels, please. Okay, how does this work? I've forgotten how this works. Thump. You took in the familiar sights and sense of the Trappist pelts, but something was different. The once friendly man now beheld you with a steely gaze. But I haven't met him. I'm afraid I must be skinning you today. Okay, I don't actually think I remember how this works because... Oh, the wolf's automatically here. But, interestingly, I can't actually put anything down. Trap started to attack, so you can cycle through your deck until you get what you want. Oh, I forgot about all these things. Yeah, music's good for this one. Goop, do you want to help? Really want Super Aura because it's silly. I'm gonna try the Goop. Why not? I don't know what it does. Apparently it does nothing. Goodbye, Goop. I'm serious, you cannot use that. There's no possible use for it. I'll place it on that shelf there for now. My advice, avoid it. Ooh. Okay. That was more interesting than I was hoping. Kinda tempted to bring a frog over my side. Yeah, I can't play anything, can I? These do require 2 sacrifices. A squirrel I can put on the board, but it won't... I guess it will get hit for the... Oh no, the tail thing doesn't work anymore. Tail thing might have been more useful. And I don't have 8 things for the vulture. But to check on when you get to the map again, yeah. I'm gonna get hit for 2. But it will just come back. Fantastic point. That is quite amazing. I didn't think about that. Okay. So if I just get 4 squirrels, I can just constantly fill up space to just block stuff? I mean, not flying stuff, obviously, but something. Okay. Oh, I forgot that moves forward immediately before the attack. That's 2 damage, it's not the end of the world. I need another squirrel, please, to get... I can get both the pack rat and the other thing on there. I guess I should put the wolf in front of the trap? No, might as well just leave that there, right? Hang on. The stick of perishes, the creature opposing perishes as well. Pelt is created in my hand. I'm assuming the things that don't perish don't perish. And the card so a copy is created in my hand. Fantastic. I'm kind of tempted to just put that there to try and break through as fast as possible. And then we can have the 2 squirrels blocking 2 of these, and we can also get the pack rat blocking another one. Okay. Squirrel. Squirrel. Wolf. Oh, we can get some more bones out of this as well. I didn't think about that. Squirrel. Squirrel. Pack rat. Also, what item do we get? We got a frozen opossum. That's nice. Squirrel. Squirrel. Oh, this is amazing. Fine. Kills the wolf. Wolf comes back in my hand. No problem. And I get a pelt, which is nice. Squirrel comes back in my hand. Squirrel comes back in my hand. Don't need another squirrel for now. Things can still go wrong, by the way. Just want to point that out. But squirrel, squirrel, wolf, ding, ding. Wolf back on board. Squirrel, squirrel. I see no reason not to. Pack rat dies, that's fine. Space for one more. Ooh, get a lot of teeth out of this. Thank you for the squirrels. 3 squirrels for a moose buck. 3 squirrels for a moose buck sounds fun. Or we can get the turkey vulture up and running. They're both 3. What does this do? At the end of the end's turn, a card bearing the sigil will move in that direction described on the schedule, which is in the way will be pushed in the same direction. So it's, if I put it to the right, it's not going to do anything anyway. Okay, let's get another squirrel. 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 Moose buck. Squirrel. 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 This is fantastically cheesy. So many squirrels. Okay, I can't remember. Okay, we don't know what happens at the end of phase 1 in this because last time they tried to cheat. So let's find out. Exquisite pelts, but the cycle must continue. Let's trade. Oh, that's not good. Wolf pelt? What? Powerful cards. I will accept only the finest pelts for them. What? Trade for what you can, but know this, the rest will stay and fight for me. Oh, interesting. Just mine? No, it's flying. No, it blocks flying, I should say. The rest will fight for you. So what don't I want to fight? Grizzly looks real annoying. No match for a 6/6 wolf, though. Great White jumps in the way. Those two are just really annoying. Vulture also flying. River Snapper's not that bad. I guess get rid of the flying and the... I don't know how many I trade for what I can. I have three pelts, right? So I can get 3 things. So I'm thinking the Great White, the Turkey Vulture, and the Grizzly. I think everything else should be fine. Manageable, at least. Let's get that. Turkey Vulture, Grizzly. I would have chosen differently. Good for you. Okay, what do we got going on? So River Snapper's gonna be flying, that's not the end of the world. Kill those, no problem. Let's pick something from here. Magpie, if we wanted that. Kind of... We just got an army of squirrels. So it's fine. That's an interesting mechanic, I like that. Attack, attack. You're gonna attack my squirrels. How dare you? Let's pull from here. And we've won, but let's win well. We can get another squirrel on the board, with which we can get our magpie on the board. Or 3, which will allow me to pick whatever I want off the board. It's been a few turns, that might be worth it. But then I'd have to do 2 squirrel, which I can't do, so that's not worth it. This is a complete waste of time. There's no point in me worrying about this at all because I'm not even going to use the card I pick. Skink, sure. Then I can get... what was I gonna do? Grizzly? Get the grizzly on. Grizzly on for 3. It's got 6 health. There's not really much point. I can't really kill it. But I could get another squirrel on board to sacrifice to get Skinkle. And then it'll attack where the tentacles are for no particular reason. Ding dong. 9 damage. Over. The cup overfilleth. Okay, now we're back to where we started at the stream. Need a light. Thank you. Perhaps one of these will entice you. Perhaps. Pack rat, already got one. Canine hooved, reptilian feathered, insectoid, the amalgam is all. Yes. With Urululi. Urululi. With my squirrel army. Might work, actually. Might be good. Okay. The mystery of the trapper and the trader occupied your thoughts as you wandered onwards. A light in the distance caught your eye. Right, let's see how this goes this time. We will need another map. What was going on? What's going on over here? Keep sealed. Wanna look at it? Keep sealed. It does say keep sealed. This playthrough, I'm trusting the written words, okay? The written words have given me the thing. So I'm gonna trust it for now. Okay, no, I'm gonna trust it. I don't trust it, but I'm gonna trust it. What do I have for items? I have the hook and I have the opossum. I can't remember what that one does. I don't really want that one, do I? Maybe I do. Could get the... No, because I don't want the items. Oh, okay. Would all 3 of these transfer? I think we'll be alright. Let's get an item. Might be wrong. Squirrel in a bottle. Yes! More squirrels. Okay. The warm light of the cabin cut through the thick fog. Surely our tribulations ended here. Right, attempt number 2. We have the ring this time. Into the forest we go. Still want to check the signs. Sorry if this is gonna... This is still here. Which is perplexing me. Might just be an Easter egg or something. Oh, forgot about that. Hello! Really weird. 11 o'clock. Rare opportunity arose. The great boons of Lesh's woods are on offer. Trial of the ring. If you have a ring, you pass automatically. Trial of the winged. 3 drawn cards must include the airborne sigil. Trial of the finned. Well, I have a ring. Let the trial of the ring begin. Oh, you're wearing a fine ring. You pass, of course. I'll grant you one of my most powerful boons. Cards that dramatically alter the game, and you don't even need to draw them. The boon of the Bone Lord, you will start a battle with 8 bones. The boon of the Forest, you will start a battle with grand furs on all of your spaces. Ooh, time to bulk, nice. The boon of the Goat's Blood, you will start a battle with a black goat on the board. Interesting, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of up to the opponent where I put things if I have the tree. Having the goat allows me to get some big things on the board first, but I currently have the squirrel build, which is how I'm doing things, and the furs will help with me getting squirrels. Bone's not so useful for me. The stream's going long, I apologize. Posture? Posture and hydration, everybody. Well, almost spilled my drink right there. All over my phone. That would have been get bad. Don't really need the Bone Lord with your Immortal Squirrels. Exactly. Get a lot of bones. I'm thinking...
Unsubscribes.
Unsubscribbles. Unsubscribies. I kind of want to do the trees, to be honest. Then if a tree goes and I don't want to put anything there, just stick a squirrel. Fur can compensate for a bad draw. That is true. Like, fur essentially gives you time to get lots of cards in your hand. But it does also give the enemy a time to get lots of good cards on their board. And you don't have a choice with fur. Like, you can't get rid of it if you don't want it. I guess... fur? It's not the battle with Grandfather Noise. That's all that is, really. Yeah, I'm gonna go fur. I think that's fine. Once again. The Trial of the Skins. 3 drawn cards must include a pelt card. I'd have no pelts. Trial of the Swift. The 3 drawn cards must include a card with the Sprinter Sigil. Might. Got a few. Trial of Rarity. The 3 drawn cards must include a rare card. How many rares do I have? Not many. How many of these do I have? A few. What did I get? I got a Roboros, right? I got a Roboros. Not that it's been useful. Elk, Douse, Roboros. So I've got 3 guaranteed. I don't think I have more than 3 of these. So I guess Rarity is the best chance. That's because you've not played it. I haven't got it. I haven't been drawn yet. Let's do Rarity. Let the trial of the Rarity begin. Nope. Nope. No. Breathe, you succeed. Ah, I tried. Not a single rare card. Failure. Got it. Onwards we go, I suppose. I forgot about that. Managed to get a boon. This may be a fair competition. Still checking each time. So I guess I was right that this was the cabin we're in. Pick a draw card. Now I'm using that to get the wolf. Hi. How you doing? If anyone missed the appearance of our friend, here they are. You're back. Sit. Must I? I must. Oh, how I've relished this moment. So you've got 3 lives, I've got 1. Got smoke though. 2 flames will not suffice this time. Cheater! And I've still got the hook. I tried to keep the hook as best I could. Squirrel! Else we meet again. Okay, Mole Man's not doing anything because it's just furs. Amalgam's coming on the board and will destroy a fur in a turn. That's fine by me. And I could just take it for myself if I really wanted to. There is no reason not to take the squirrel now, right? Not that it's going to be a huge amount of use. Could just put the frozen opossum down there. Like I say, there's nothing I can play. I don't think there's any reason not to take this. Just have it in my hand for when I need it. Same with that, I suppose. I might get items when I play the pack rat. I've only got one to do that. I might as well just leave it. Okay, so there's nothing I can do apart from take the amalgam if I want when it arrives and attacks things. So ding ding. Amalgam, Apprentice Guard. Let's draw this. Beehive. For one, I can get a bee. What's going to happen here? Moleman's not going to do anything. You attack 3 places, only for 1. That's not the end of the world. You would be a waste. I guess I could put the beehive there and then I get a bee. You know, worse things could happen. You get the amalgam if it died as it's a squirrel. It doesn't have the symbol on it though. I guess it is an everything, but only by virtue of it being like in each of the kin categories, but it doesn't have the same boons as every animal, does it? It's everything, it'd get everything. So if I kill it, I get it. I mean, I can't really kill it now, but... The squirrel doesn't have a symbol, okay. Well, either way, like I said, I can't do anything now. No, if you steal it, so if I steal that now, I would essentially get an immortal amalgam. That costs nothing to play. Yes. So should I do that? Should I steal the amalgam? Taking your word on it, I've only got one of these. I would have been tempted to do that anyway. Only wouldn't have done it because of, you know, Final Fantasy, never use elixirs. End the game with 50 elixirs in your bag. Because they're too good to use right now. Well... What's the point of having a thing if you're not going to use it? Oh no, okay, so I need to sacrifice 2 to use it, but that's fine. I can live with that. And I do 3 damage. Nice. Oh no, the mole man gets in the way. That's fine. No problem with that. Oh, please. Well. It was a nice plan. We didn't count on Nugget Man, did we? Allow. That's right, if I lose we can blame Dark. Okay, what's gonna happen next turn? Let's have a look. Mantis God is gonna break all 3 of those, so we're probably gonna want 3 squirrels next turn. Maybe not now. Amalgam's going to come forward and break that as well. So, okay, so we should probably have all the squirrels. Why did he do that then? Because he had the miner hat on. He's got his different masks. He goes through them all and has different abilities. I don't know if there's any way of telling which ones he's going to use, but that's what he does. I think we're actually safe from any damage, but that's fine. You know, it's not the end of the world. No, but you thought that was for each life. You were wrong. Okay, we're on hook. All stale, hard choose. It's a nugget. Feel free. There's nothing there. Okay. I'm gonna guess we want all the squirrels. How many have we got? 3. There is no harm in getting all the squirrels now. Okay, so what do we want? We can get Moosebuck. Moosebuck can do 3 damage, thus killing an amalgam. I don't really want to kill the mole man yet, to be honest. Okay, squirrel. Fresh juice, yeah. You'll be picking a squirrel, it's fine. Fresh, easy choose. Squirrel. Fresh, easy choose. Moosebuck. Ding, ding, ding. Back in my hand. Back in my hand. Back in my hand. Moosebuck can kill amalgam. Yeah. You do that. The stunted wolf. Or the douse. The douse can kill the mantis god, because it'll attack that one, which presumably will immediately make it attack the mantis god. A thought? But no, it's cycling through them each turn, I guess. That might be a play. Stick the douse in the middle. Oh no, it's just going to kill the mantis god anyway. But it's available for killing things later if it needs to. But then I guess I can't get other things on the board because there'll be chimes. And he'll probably try and take the douse, but there's no space in front of it, so... No, wait, there will be because I will kill it. Okay, that's a bad idea. Let's not do that. You can take smoke, I think. I think that's what I'll let you do. Let's get a squirrel on the board to attack the mantis god. Can you stop doing that, please? No, sorry, I didn't want squirrel. I wanted stunted wolf, please. Kill squirrel. Put you there. It's fine. And I'm gonna put the squirrel there. So you try and take it, and you fail because there's a mole man in the way. I think that's fine for now. I have all my squirrels. It's fine. Dum-dum. Oh, the moose bug pushes everything along. I forgot about that. The might of the moose cannot be halted. Yeah, I forgot about that. Should have put down another squirrel. Oh, well, you're going to get a squirrel. Oh, no, you're not going to choose a squirrel. Okay. That nullifies the hook, I guess? A weird thing. But you didn't put anything else on the board. Okay. Pronghorn, leghorn. You can attack for 2. I'd rather you not go there, really. But yeah. Oh no, you don't have to. You can put you there. Squirrel. Pronghorn. Do that. And the squirrel can go there because there's no real reason not to. So the amalgam is going to come forwards and hurt my moose bug, but it's not going to be the end of the world. That's more annoying. Magpie, that's handy. So you're gonna do 3 to the amalgam, but the Uriuli's gonna come along and be very annoying. Indeed. But we will go to the next phase, I suppose, and there's not a lot I can do right now, so ding ding. Phase 2. Not collecting teeth. Oh, okay. Capably endured the onslaught of rare creatures, but the true challenge was forthcoming. Shadowy figures appeared before you. In their eyes glimmered a recognition of kinship, but coloured by guilt. They were betraying you. Reginald Casey? I remember that one fondly. Okay. They're all in front of stumps at the moment. They're hiding. They don't want to be here. Okay, so Reginald is just going to kill my moose bug. Unless I sacrifice the squirrel. In which case it will kill my pronghorn. You will attack 2 spikes. Stunted wolf could kill Casey, but it's going to have to come through the thing. I'd rather lose the pronghorn, so it might be worth sacrificing the squirrel. Oh, I can't for no reason, can I? This'll be good later. Or, if I use the magpie, sacrifice pronghorn now, and squirrel, not only will that stump not break yet, Moosebuck will move after its turn, get out of the way of the poison of Reginald. If I sacrifice both of them to put the magpie then I can just get a card out and the magpie can do a bit of damage for me. It's not sacrifice magpie, it's just normal magpie. That seems like not a terrible idea. Unless the Moosebuck doesn't move if there's no card there? I don't know, we're going to find out. Not the end of the world. Get the squirrel back. 6/6 wolf seems the most obvious. I'm still not entirely sure how the cycle of the Ouroboros would work. Undying wolf to, I guess, Ouroboros wolf, Ouroboros wolf, Ouroboros wolf, Ouroboros to keep putting the squirrel down each time. Either way, I'm going to need the wolf, so I might as well take the wolf first. And then get the wolf on the board instead of the magpie. Don't want the wolf to die. We'll find out. Squirrel back. Go there. Ding ding! Round 2. Music changes. Oh, this damned moon. It's dramatic, yes, but it provides no value to my board. I wonder. Ooh. Now that is value. 1 damage on all places. It blocks flying attacks. Has 40 health. And at the beginning of its owner's turn, a card bearing this sigil will pull small creatures like squirrels into its orbit. At the beginning of the owner's turn, I can't use the squirrel blocking. Okay. This is dealable. This is manageable. It only has 1 damage a turn. It's not the end of the world. And I could just get a squirrel back every turn, right? Actually, I think we're fine. All things considered, we could just get another squirrel. Unless it's going to do something really, really stupid. I love this. Like I said, unless it's going to do something weird. I don't know. It says such as squirrels. I don't know what counts as such as squirrel. Just thinking if the moon art on the cards was significant in any way. Yes, it big. Oh, I love it. I also like the way I was like, I wonder, would this work? Oh yes. Well, I guess let's try and get some damage. Bullfrog, I suppose. Take a squirrel down. Get a bullfrog. Stick a bullfrog there. I've got it in my hand. I don't know what else I'm gonna do with it. Ding! Ding, ding, ding! Fine. Careful now. Sorry, you are going to die. I apologize. There's the magpie. There's the triple threat magpie. Which I can use to get a Ouroboros on the board. Well, I can't do anything. Sorry, wolf and frog. Sorry, bye. The combo indeed. Okay, so can I... 2 squirrels, get the magpie on board, get the thing, get the Ouroboros out. I mean, it's only 6. Honestly, just get the tentacles on the board. It'd probably just kill it in a turn. But is that really the end, though? I'm kind of tempted to play it safe for now. We can always try the Ouroboros stuff if things go sour later. The memes, yes, the memes, but also I'm an hour over the end of the game, over the end of the stream. Draw. Oh, I gotta draw a card. Skink, not that useful. Sorry, skink. Squirrel. Tentacles. We're probably a decent way in. Let's probably do decent damage. 1? Oh, is it only this round? It's blue though. No, because I've done it twice. Why is it 1? The moon's weird. That's why. The moon is weird. Well, I guess skink's more useful than I thought. Or does the skink count as a small animal? I don't know. So I don't think it matters too much. I think we're alright. Definitely just 1. It's weird, it didn't work. I got a B! And Stoat. Hi Stoat, how you doing? What are you? I don't know what you are. Ding ding. Killed the moon. You really destroyed the moon. I suppose all that's left is to finish me off. Go on. 1. Can I can't get up. Okay, I guess that's all I can do. I can't do anything else. Yeah. Right. Enduring victory. Achievement unlocked.
Oh my... I think I just beat him! Oh.
Did I? Or did someone else? Here we go. Welcome to a game made by the Pony Island creator. Right, what's this then?
Hey there, card gamers. I'm the Lucky Carter, and this is another pack opening video. Today, I am opening Catch Monsters packs and digging for that epic, shiny Transcend Dog! And here I'll add some crazy VFX with lightning or something. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am about to open my first pack. Feeling good about this one. Feeling real good.
I've never seen a pack, an opening video of things.
Okay, and our first rare is a Birchkin. Not exactly a viable competitive card, but hey, it's a pretty one.
Especially if it's poorly
All right.
sewn on pocket.
Next pack.
Okay.
Feeling even better about this one. I gotta say, these cards are feeling extra silky today. I mean, they're so smooth. Not sure what they're doing down there at the card factory, but these are feeling good in my hands. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Some jank cards. Maybe a few additions to my draft cube. We'll see. And our rare for this pack is Bandog. Not exactly riveting so far, but we have many packs to go. Next pack, here we come.
I was just about to say, these look like
Just cut out this part.
good props. They look legit.
Hey there, card gamers. I'm the Lucky Carter, and this is a vintage pack opening video. Today I'm opening a few super
Let me know if it's too
rare
quiet.
packs I snagged at a garage sale. I've got 4 packs of
Ooh.
Inscryption. You would not believe the deal I got on these. Now, not all of you will even remember this game. I'm
I do.
really old enough to have seen these going around in my childhood. For whatever reason, they only did 1 set of these cards and then stopped printing them. There's not a huge market for them anymore, but at the rate I got them for, there's not really much to lose. That being said, a foil Mantis God goes for a couple $100, so fingers crossed.
Can I tab out without?
Really cool art on these. Definitely stands the test of time. And our rare for this pack is Blue Mage. Cool looking card, but not going to be worth very much. All right. Let's see what we got going on.
Nope, no, can't tab out without it. I'll turn it up anyway. If this is what the game's going to be for a bit. Oh, I can't even turn it up there. It's in the options.
On the second pack. Huh. This pack has been opened and resealed. Hope no one snuck the rare out of it. That would suck. Come on, people, honestly. Who opens and reseals a pack?
You?
Yeah. There's a set of coordinates on this card. Looks like they were drawn on with a pen. 49 degrees north, 123 degrees west. I think I'd have to check, but I think that's pretty nearby. I think
Time to take notes again.
I'd have to check, but I think that's pretty nearby.
Those are in the ocean, FYI. Cthulhu! Yeah, this is a creepypasta now. I don't know what I was expecting, but this wasn't it.
Hey there, card gamers. I'm the Lucky Carter, and this is
Hi.
a vintage pack opening video.
Oh, I can see where this is
Today
going.
I'm opening a few super rare old packs I snagged at a garage sale. I've got 4
Same
packs
thing?
of Inscryption.
Oh, hang on. Was this the one I think I just clicked on that one. Yeah, that was test. Yeah. So now we're following him out and about? Can I save here? I kind of want to... Yeah, sorry. No, they had to do that so people wouldn't go there, yeah. No? Okay, well. On we press.
Alright, you guys. I'm out here living my best life. Got my trusty headlamp and shovel. Always come prepared, kids. Alright. Whew. There we go.
Simulacra vibes. I have that. I'm too scared to play it.
Okay.
What? Skeleton.
Whew.
Skelly Bob.
Getting close. I think. Assuming there is a thing to get close to. This very well may be a massive waste of...
Ooh. That was a different ending. Error. Flashing lights. Okay. Glad I didn't turn the sound up. Too bad acting to get too scared. I mean, I'm unsettled. I'm easily unsettled.
All right.
If something appears
That's
behind him, I'm
why-
going to freak out.
You always bring an extra battery, boys and girls.
Okay, that's fine.
Every time. You gotta come prepared. Okay. All right.
Why would you follow the skeleton card? I like these Blair Witch videos. It's suddenly become a lot more unsettling now it's actually real.
And now we dig.
Okay. Punk.
I give a 75% chance it's a rock. But only one way to find out.
Well, we're watching this for a reason. Acting? This is real. It's acting. It's excused because he's sort of acting for the camera.
What the fuck?
Don't swear. Don't have to bleep that out.
What is that? Oh my god, you guys, I can't believe it. There's actually something here.
I still think this is all set up by him to make a fun video. It's a bomb. Oh. Ah!
What? What the fuck? Guys, are you seeing this?
Okay, well, we found out what the
I'm
disc was.
I'm a little confused.
If you recall, right when you boot this thing up, someone's voice goes, "I wonder what this is," and then puts a, turns out, floppy disk into a drive. I guess we've been playing that game the whole time as this person. I assume the game is what's on the floppy. These are all...
Okay, $11. Cheaper than a foil steam ball, really.
What?
Alright, fine.
Oh, I don't like that mask.
Wow, great video.
I don't know why I'm turning around like that if we jump. Oh, it's something to do with the atmosphere of this. It's quite unsettling.
Okay, time to figure out what's on this thing.
Don't just plug it straight into your computer. No, careful, viruses. I don't like it either. That's the title screen. Are we back in now? Does it say nope, no new game? Are we back in now? No? Back? Stop browsing footage. Yes? Oh no, am I going to miss something? Hang on 1 second.
Okay, time to figure out what's on this thing.
I think that's the line from the beginning. That mask. Maybe scrub through them all now? Any of them different? What is it?
Hey there, card gamers. I'm the Lucky Carter, and this is another pack. Okay, and our first rare is a. And our rare is
If weird audio appears because when you're playing it fast, you suddenly notice it, I'm going to get freaked out. That one's obviously interesting. I think leave? I think go back? We're an hour and a half over. I think we need to go back. There's nothing it needs to save you. Okay. Good, that's what. I do not celebrate often and I seldom give gifts, but you, challenger, are worthy. Please do not be polite. dig in. Is there something wrong? Your prize awaits. Very well. Come with me. Saving. Stand right there. Who gave you that? You're absolutely ingrate. Oh. What? This is a new game button. Sorry about the flashing lights. What on earth is happening here? Bunch of bodies, I just guess. You made the meat, yeah. New... I don't know if I want to start a new game. I think that's just going to make the cycle repeat. Is there a way of not? Is there a way of finishing, ending? That's... Can I have my cake now? No details on the card. No special abilities. Ah, screw you. Okay. Put it in the room. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Next stream we start the real game. Oh, was it giving me the option? In the menu? Okay. Okay. Well, I don't have to artificially create a cliffhanger, I guess. I guess we've already got one.
This has been only the beginning.
Only the beginning. Last saved a minute ago. I got 26 teeth. New game.
I hate this. I'm going to have nightmares.
Well, next stream, we start a new game. Not quite the new game I was expecting. There we go. I'm glad I got to share this sort of game on stream, because I played Pony Island in my spare time and it was good. Right, thanks for coming along. I have no idea where this game is going. We're gonna find out on Wednesday. Watch some calming dog grooming videos. This helps you. Yeah, you entry YouTube. Nice times. Ah, that was very unsettling. I'm gonna level with you. I have no idea what's gonna happen next time. We're gonna start a new game, but what does that mean? I don't know what that means. It scares you. I'm just excited. Hugs, miss. Yeah, Hugs. We're back in the real world now. You're not gonna get haunted by packs of Skelly Bob cards. It's fine. Blanket Fort? Blanket Fort, yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, so... Is this the longest normal stream I've done? 3.5 hours. Eyes your Yu-Gi-Oh cards with suspicion. Where are my Pokemon cards? somewhere. We should make a trading card game. Let's all design a trading card game. I do need to test some card games with people, actually. That's incidental. My card games will only haunt you in how terrible they are. I deserve a great night's sleep. Thank you. You deserve a great night's sleep. With lovely, safe, soft dreams. In which all customers have gone away for the day. Yeah. Thanks for coming along. This game is wild in the best way. Didn't think we'd unlock new game. I don't know what it means. What does that mean? Oh, I'm gonna have to wait till Wednesday. Oh, okay, right. But Kurobo and Celtic Guardian. Yes. Tomorrow we will be we'll be going back to spoopy times because it's Halloween and we'll be doing Bone Game with friends. Maybe whole skeletons, maybe skulls. I don't think we decided. As usual, Ragdoll's trying to get prepared and everyone else is just sort of shuffling their feet going, oh. So yeah, if anyone wants to join and do Skelly Bob games on stream, you're more than welcome. Drawing creatures over skeletons / skulls / both. Who knows? Some spooky October times. Halloween, an actual stream on Halloween. Yu-Gi-Oh! Can be friends? Possibly. Blue eyes with white friendgans. Blue friends, white hearts? I don't know. You'd be just coughing in your ears. Yes, you rest your voice. I guess we could have a situation where you're drawing, but you don't have to speak. You can just speak in chat. Be a weird system, but you've said you can Google Skellies if needed. We can all Google Skelly Bobs and bring our own. Bring your own Skelly Bob. No, it's all good. We need to do things. Play games and stuff. Yeah. So that's tomorrow. On Tuesday will be maybe the finale of 16 Symbols. I probably don't hold out hope, to be honest. You know us. We've probably do an entire stream just on the end cutscene. Just excited for the really scary portion of this. Don't say that. I don't know whether to take you more or less seriously because you didn't end that sentence with the tomato. I'm not sure what that means. It is too scary. This is my this game is my favorite kind of horror game. It's just the right sort of scary. Probably be working, so you have to watch the VOD. No. I mean, we've probably kind of laid out the ending anyway. You'll miss, I guess, the design for the final boss. Design, he says in inverted commas. Oh dear. Right. Okay. I need to get rest because tomorrow I've got a lot of drawing to do, and I might make a cake as well. Who knows? Oh no, I was going to do that Monday. No, was I going to do that tomorrow? Can't remember. I need to actually sit down and write down what I'm going to do. Shrimp, indeed. Right. Meat cake, not meat cake. No. Not one candle. As a prize. I'll just get some beef out of the freezer and just mince beef. Stick a candle in it. Congratulations. Don't take pictures of me. Although, to be fair, that is my general rule. Don't like having my picture taken. Although now I have cleared my face rash, I actually have skin that does not resemble lava. So I'm not as upset about it. Fish cake is a Danish thing, actual layer cake. Oh, okay. Yeah. You Lava Girl? It's also scaly, so maybe a cross between Lava Girl and Shark Boy. Or it was, now it's fine. It's only been plaguing me for 3 years. Vibed. That's not a vibe check. Had a Ratchet Glad You Better. Yeah, it was on and off for like 7 years. Pretty solid for the last 2.5, 3 years. Finally got rid of it. My face actually feels... It feels weird that my face is smooth. Like, it's actually strange. That's how long I've had it. Going to watch Siminem. Cheer yourself up. This is good ones. I recommend B. Dylan Hollis. TikTok is the only time I've ever actually gone to TikTok. He's worth it. He's great. That was the perfect length. Exactly. Yeah. Have a wonderful time, everyone. Thank you for being here for 3.5 hours. My word. This game's worth it, though. Is it weird that so far this and Chicory are my favourite games of the year? Siminem. B. Dylan Hollis, yes. Siminem. Eggy. Very good game. The KU in this game is good. I love it. I love it. I love games with twists. I'm a big twist fan. Have a wonderful time, everyone. I need to stop talking. Enjoy yourselves. Look after yourselves. I'm going to do a Patreon update tomorrow for patrons as well, because I can't get the video done by the end of the month, and I think it would be bad if I tried to. So I'll do a regular update and let you know how things are going. Yeah. Have a wonderful time. You're 10 hours in and you're still trying to find the end. Well, who knows when we'll start Resident Evil, but we're bloody playing it this year. Yeah. Look after yourselves. I need to stop talking. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you for being here. You're all great and grand and wonderful, and I love your company. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend, because you deserve it. And that weekend deserves not to be plagued by me continuing to speak. Goodbye.